Just on my way into the office listening to Dan Kennedy in the new cyber psychogenics, and he was talking about the concept of forgiveness, and that you cannot actually forgive anyone if you've never condemned them, which is even better. So the truth of forgiveness is to forgive people for what they have done, but it's really a cathartic experience for you to forgive them, because if you've condemned them for something, I would say that you've already put the incident in the wrong context, or you're thinking about it incorrectly, which made you condemn that person in the first place. And that normally involves a lot of emotion and experienced pain, physical and mental, and sometimes tears. And the true forgiveness is actually a realization within yourself that you were actually thinking incorrectly in your condemnation of their action, because what that person did in some respects was happened, was in the past. You did something that you reacted to it, condemned them, and now you're in a state of either regret or still negative thinking about that experience, reliving it. And the true forgiveness is to forget. Get rid of the thought of the condemnation of the action, of the activity, of whatever, because you can't move on until you put it in the past and forget about it. But that led me to a concept in my mind of trust. So trust is the same thing, but trust isn't an external action as some would put forth, especially in a lot of the emotional intelligence world around talk about trust, either trusting or being a trusted person, in that you cannot control anything that another person is going to do. All you can do is control your reaction or actions of or towards that person. So trust is actually something that you can control within yourself. And I think what popped in my head at the time was that for you to trust that person, what you really are saying, if you do not trust them, is that if they repeat an action that they have a habit of doing, whether it's lying or not living up to their word or whatever, what you're actually condemning at that time, or what you're saying to yourself if you lose trust in that person, is that you will not be able to have a positive reaction, or you will not be able to ignore that action because you have a strong emotional reaction to whatever they do. And if it's a habit within them that you want them to change, you're barking up the wrong tree. So what you're saying is that you cannot trust their habit because you cannot trust yourself, because it's actually going to give you a negative reaction. And you do not have the internal strength or internal fortitude to actually change your reaction. Or, in some respects, I guess changing your reaction will actually bring a different result, even if they continue to do the same thing. But what I've learned over time is that if you actually change your reaction, it actually does assist people in changing their actions or their outlook on that, because what it does is it actually shines the true light on what they're doing and not get them reacting to your negative reaction, which gets people defensive, which actually makes them dig in deeper and normally makes them do that action more and more, or over and over again, or stronger and stronger. Or it actually pushes people away, which is not, again, another activity that or point that you're trying to do. Normally the connection between two people has been brought together on this earth for a reason, and most of the time it's one, to learn from each other, two, to do things together to further us as a group, or the two as a couple, or mankind overall. But either way, the trust of a person, in my mind now, and hopefully this makes sense when I get to the office, is that you can't trust your reaction to their activities because you have a feeling or a thought that you will react exactly the same again and again. And to be honest, it's probably a learning experience for you, not for them. So take that feeling, the negative feeling, to their action, your reaction, which you label as a lack of trust or an erosion of trust, as an opportunity to grow as a person. Thanks. Have a great day.